Welcome to the greatest, most complete database of classic cars on the planet. Prince of Greece here. Today you're gonna see why I call myself Prince of Greece. Ta-da! I think I outdid myself today. This is probably the dirtiest I've ever been. In the literal sense, unfortunately. But today I'm going to show you guys the how to change the O-rings on the suspension on the 1963 Rambler American. And let me go down here. Grab a light. And as you can see now, over here, I have some pieces of rubber and some washers. Here I actually welded some washers a few years ago. And originally this came with these little shitty O-rings right here in the middle here. And this basically absorbs the side-to-side motion here on the, I guess you could call this a kingpin or whatever, the suspension vertical arm. Anyways, and this here, when this twists, when the whole wheel moves up and down, it has a twisting motion on these things. And basically, so that the washers, that rubber there prevents that twisting motion from wearing these parts out. And that's what happens. They're just really little shitty washers. I will admit, guys, this is a pathetic thing, a pathetic little piece of rubber for a car. I mean, this here is taking, the twisting motion of an entire car. Probably a car that weighs over 1,000 kilos. It's taking a huge amount of force, and this here is just pathetic. And there's the other one right there. So, and what happens is, once these little things wear out, shitty little things, what happens is you start to get metal-to-metal contact here, and as you can see, the arms here, they're made of sheet steel. They're not cast iron, and they're pretty thick, but they're not really thick. And what happens is that twisting motion over here, it causes the hole here to open and enlarge, and then the whole wheel starts to move side to side. And if you don't fix it, it can be very dangerous. So what I've done is I've welded a few years back when I was younger and a little less wise. I welded, actually, hang on. What happens is sometimes these bolts that go in here, they've got a really weird thread. It's not a common thread. It's sort of like an Acme thread. It's, most bolts, they have like a pointed thread, like triangle profile. These here, they're more of like a square. All right, so these are pretty rare. And what happens is, over time, people don't do any maintenance on their car. And these things, they seize up in there, and I've heard of a few AMC owners complaining about that those things, they wear out, and so they seize up in there. There's a guy on the internet, and he's shown pictures of redoing this and machining it, and putting new bolts of these in, and these things are hard to find. And a few years back, sure enough, the O-rings had worn out to a point when I got the car that it was moving side to side, and on the safety, the safety guy or the mechanic that was doing the safety, he caught that, and he made me go and fix that. And so what I ended up doing is when I tried to remove, it used to be this right side here. It used to be exactly the same as this side with a greasable fitting and that same weird thread. And when I tried to get this bolt out, it broke right inside here. And they're not two different. Now they're two separate bolts, but they used to be just one big thing here, apparently. And so I broke it off. And then what I ended up doing is I enlarged this hole here and I welded a piece of common stainless steel bolt. And that's the proper repair for these things. Stainless steel and regular threads. You don't want things that are rare. I hate that. I really fucking hate when that happens. Things like that happen. Right, so that's what I ended up doing, and now it's just a regular bolt. And you do need to either put two bolts and tighten them one against each other, two nuts, sorry. Or you got to get yourself a nut with a nylon end so that this thing doesn't come off. You really don't want this thing to come out. If these two bolts, for some reason, come loose or come out, this whole thing will pop this way, and basically the wheel will just shoot through the top here, and it's very bad. Of course, that's I'm really going in an extreme case scenario. You'll certainly stop driving way before that happens, way longer than before that happens, because the wheels will start to wiggle. And all right, so continuing on, it had come to a point where it wore out the sheet here on the arm here, and it enlarged the hole, and the wheel, this whole thing was moving side to side. So what I did is I went to Home Depot Auto Parts, also known as Home Depot. I bought myself some washers, and I welded them here through the inside. Now, looking back, that was a bit of a mistake, because what happens is, now that I welded it through the inside, this whole thing moved this way, and that changes the camber or the caster, I guess. That will sort of change the caster. Back then, like I said, this was my first car, and I was really young back then. I was a teenager, and so I didn't really know any better, and this so I had that there and changed the camber, unfortunately. And so today the same thing happened. And you see, the problem with me is, or with people like us, is that we fix only what's necessary, and then we wait till something breaks or needs repair to repair it. Some things, sometimes I'm like that if I'm in a hurry, and in this case I was in a hurry because I had to get the safety done pretty soon. But normally I'd like to repair things ahead of time in a preventative fashion, so that I don't like waiting for things to break. If I know something's gonna go bad, I'd rather just fix it right away than wait for it to go bad. But it's one of those things. You end up fixing other people's cars, not your own. But so that's the what I had. And so today the same thing happened. Eventually this little O-ring, and I mean, even if it doesn't wear out, that O-ring, it could enlarge, just enlarges, and you actually have metal to metal contact steel. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Anyways, something just fell off by itself here. What the hell? From Jesus to hell. Oh, anyways, as I was saying, you can actually have that steel to steel contact, or rather cast iron to steel. And even though those little rings are there, because they'll just enlarge, they're rubber, they expand, they contract, and they expand. And so what I've done today is I've welded some washers, much better welds as you can see. I think I only had one of those flux core welders back then, 110 volts, I think. And as you can see, much better welds, and through the outside. Now, if you do want to weld something through the inside, just make sure you do the same thing on both sides, right? So I've welded 2 washers here on the outside, and it made it nice and flat, and now it's nice and solid. It also adds thickness here to ensure that this is now firm. This is now solid, right? Back then, the thinner things are, the easier it is for these bolts to wobble and move around. With this being thicker now, it has more length holding it, so it'll keep it nice and straight. And then what I did, I added a washer, a rubber washer here, another washer there, because if you just try to put it right there, it doesn't have a flat surface, so it'll just warp the washer, and that's not good. You want it between 2 flat surfaces, squashing it down like a nice sandwich there. Don't over tighten it, don't overkill it. And this is going to give me a smooth, nice ride for years to come. When this eventually wears out, we'll just get a nice, just regular piece of sheet rubber, and cut it through, put a hole through it, good to go. Let's see if there's anything else I should mention. Yes. Oh yeah. As you can see, I already put some grease in there. And as you can see, it's coming out through there just a little bit. You don't need to fucking go crazy on it. And as you can see, this will also keep the dirt and garbage out. I wasn't able to put a little piece, do this here on this side. And now, one more thing, hang on. Right now, it's actually roughly in the middle again. This thing here is roughly in the middle as it was originally. So it's okay to add thickness to widen or shorten this. Well, you can't really shorten it, but as long as you do the same thing on both sides, that way the angle remains unchanged here. If you just put it on one side, it's going to cause it to tilt that way. But adding washers to both sides ensures that it stays in the middle here. And for the manual says caster should be 0. So which basically means this here should be vertical. And as you can see, it is vertical. Right, so by adding these, I equalized this and sort of fixed my problem. We should get a much smoother, straighter ride now. Unfortunately, there is a break in the spring there, but that's for someday. Fortunately, it's down here, so it doesn't have a huge effect. But yeah, I think that sort of clears it. I wasn't able to put a washer and rubber here because that bolt there, that spacer bolt there, is too short. So tomorrow or someday, I'm gonna change that bolt to a stainless steel bolt, longer, and so that I can remove this. And this bolt is actually quite long, so I wouldn't be able to just slide this off this way. Here, this bolt is just threaded in, but on this side, I had actually welded it inside there. So not only these washers are welded here, but it's welded inside to this cast iron part. And as you can see, at least it's held on there. If I had done a shitty weld, this thing could have cracked. And oh boy, I don't even want to imagine what could have happened. But it's been holding on fine right there. So my welds here, they weren't bad. No, these are fine welds. Sorry, I'm just over criticizing myself. hang on. I mean, they are bad, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is the welds are actually fine. They're good welds. They're just irregularly shaped. Probably because I couldn't see properly then. Probably doing it with my eyes closed because I didn't have a welding mask. Alright, or so. Right, today they're nice and flat and straight. But doesn't really matter right there. Right, but alright, you're welcome for another video. Hopefully this helps anybody out there. Just a little recap. You want to do weld these washers outside and not through the inside. Big rubber washers there, and put some grease in, and there you have it. If the nut breaks inside, you can either thread a hole and put a new nut, or you can just make a hole without the threads and just weld it in, provided you preheat this part and you don't weld the crap out of it, you know. Alright, there you have it.